Bill O'Reilly has just dropped a bombshell on Disney revealing that Hollywood agencies, that's right, the agencies that give the directors, the writers, the actors, everybody who works in Hollywood, that they are the ones who said you will cave. You will put Jimmy Kimmel back on TVs across America. And at that point, Bob Iger, CEO of the House of Mouse, fell to his knees. We'll talk about what Bill O'Reilly has uncovered right now. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Pro Channel. It is a pleasure to have you here with us, where we cover the news with a truth that we believe starts with a capital T. As we get ready to dive in, consider clicking the like button, and let's get started, folks. Drop that comment down below and let us know, do you still tune into Bill O'Reilly? Is he part of your YouTube experience? And we'll get started with this massive scoop he's brought to the world regarding Disney and how they unfurled the red carpet to the Hollywood agencies that said, no, you're going to do it our way. Out of That Park Place by Marvin Montanaro, Bill O'Reilly says that Disney caved to Hollywood agencies, not free speech concerns, in the Kimmel return. Bill O'Reilly is claiming that he knows what happened behind the scenes that caused Bob Iger to pull a 180 with Jimmy Kimmel. Now, what's so fascinating about this, guys, is that we all watched, in the days after Kimmel was quote-unquote canceled, we all watched videos of his furniture being taken out, hauled out, and put into trucks. And then suddenly, he got a whole bunch of luck, and he got put back in there. Do you guys remember those videos of the trucks taking the stuff out of Kimmel's studio?
Oh, yes.
And
but
he's
he's back.
dodging the cameras while he did it.
He's back, and how did he do it? Well, let's find out. Bill O'Reilly has dropped a bombshell about the real reason Disney restored Jimmy Kimmel to the airwaves. Speaking on News Nation, O'Reilly said the move had nothing to do with free speech or principles of open debate. Instead, he claims Hollywood talent agencies strong-armed Bob Iger and the Disney leadership team into bringing the late-night host back. Now, we're going to watch what Bill O'Reilly says, and this just came out. But, folks, what you need to know is the claim would be then that the Hollywood elites apparently supersede Disney and actually said to the Walt Disney Company, which we believe is, what, the biggest entertainment company on earth? Is there a bigger company than Disney? Is Netflix bigger? Depends on, I guess, if you want to count YouTube, Alphabet, and all that.
Amazon and YouTube. There you go.
Okay, so, but Disney is one of the biggest companies out there in entertainment, flat out. It's huge. It's massive. Hollywood, that depends on Disney, somehow said, hey, Bob, you're either going to put Jimmy Kimmel? Like, I feel like Allen Iverson talking about practice. We're talking about Jimmy Kimmel? Hollywood was ready to sink Disney over Jimmy Kimmel. Well, we'll play the video. Here's the clip. Here we go.
There's an article in the Wall Street Journal today about Kimmel. And I said this last week on News Nation, that this Kimmel suspension and then reinsertment into the ABC lineup wasn't what the press was reporting. It had nothing to do with freedom of speech at all. And the Journal today lays out what I said last week, is that the talent agencies in Los Angeles, all left-wing, 100%, threatened Disney and Bob Iger and said, if you don't put Kimmel back on the air, a lot of our clients not going to do business with you. That means you're not going to get actors and producers and writers and directors. Take it to another studio. Iger surrendered on the spot. And then Kimmel went back. Now, think about that. Think about the power.
All right, we're going to think about it, Bill. We'll think about it in just a minute. But before we do, Marvin, is this true? Are we getting any kind of, because he's citing the Wall Street Journal. You got the article in That Park Place. Mm-hmm. I mean, if the talent agencies that control everybody who works in Hollywood said, no, you're not going to get directors, you're not going to get producers, you're not going to get writers, we're not giving you actors until you put Jimmy freaking Kimmel back on the air, that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, this is what, we're only reporting this as something that Bill O'Reilly is saying. I did not see the Wall Street Journal confirming it, but, Bill has his connections. He definitely knows what's going on in the world. And I 100% believe this. I fully believe that they are, that they would be willing to do that for Jimmy Kimmel, because Jimmy Kimmel, it's not that he is profitable, it's that he has the right friends. Jimmy Kimmel is very well connected in those Hollywood circles. He is very popular among the Hollywood elite, and he is one of their favorite mouthpieces for the message.
Okay, so what about this?
100% believe that they were ready to go to bat for him.
When you say he's well connected, well, that sounds like to me, given that his ratings are terrible, given that on day number 2 of him coming back, Gutfeld is beating him by about 1 million views, and we'll get to that later. Given all that, it seems to me that it's a political power that he has, and that if these talent agencies said, sorry, we don't care about the ratings, sorry, we don't care about the offenses, sorry, we don't care about the affiliates, sorry, we don't care about the advertisers, you put him back on or else we'll pull everybody in Hollywood away from Disney, that's a political play. That is straight up a left-leaning political machine.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And what O'Reilly says further in that clip is that it proves the power that the left has in Hollywood, that they are able to make even Disney fall to its knees.
Let's play it.
Power that the left in Hollywood has to bring a company like Disney to its knees.
You got it exactly. That's not bad. Not bad. My great memory. Culture, I want to go to you. What do you make of the idea that Hollywood, because this would be this is just, sometimes we say Hollywood and people say, what do you mean by that, Pro? There's lots of people in Hollywood. No, this would just be, when we say Hollywood, we mean Hollywood. Because if all the agencies or the big agencies came together and walked up to Bob and said, we're pulling them all, you're going to get nobody. You want grips, you got no grips. You want camera people, you got no camera people. You want actors, you got no actors. You want directors, you got no directors. You want Tom Hanks in Toy Story 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Tough. This is like, that is some level of deep state Hollywood coercion, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but you have to give them credit. The myopic vision that they share is just singularly focused on the message. And that's basically what Kimmel represents, is the sacred cow of the messaging. And it's like one of their last, they believe, effective mouthpieces for the garbage they like to spew. So I think it's rather simple, Pro. This is something I think we all expected. I know everybody here on this panel, including myself, said this guy's going to be back. He's not gone forever. And when he does come back, it's going to be, a massive bounce, or I think I called it a bump.
Yeah, for about a week, but he's already he dropped 70+% in the demo after 2 days.
The demo was, I think it's 73. 74%. Yeah, I was looking at the numbers. I'm like, good gravy. That's a lot. And so this is
because you got to say, Culture, if he dropped in 2 days that much, how much did he drop in 4 days? And it gets crazy. But Disney is in control. The affiliates aren't in control of what they put on TV. Hollywood came together and said, no, this guy might lose you $200 million a year. We don't care. Put him on the air, or nobody in this town is going to work with you again.
Yeah, but I think a business breakdown by the Journal or anybody, like we know people, and if people in the broader stream that get more influence in the business sphere, I think if they expose this for what it is, which you have to look at Kimmel as the biggest crypto pump and dump scam as a human being. That's what he is. As a human, he is a pump and dump crypto scheme, and they pumped and dumped him. He doesn't have the cultural influence they want him to have, but he's like one of the last people that's speaking garbage to power. He's not going to have more conservatives on. He didn't even say sorry during his appearance, as you guys have pointed out multiple times. But what's worse is he couldn't even say Charlie Kirk's name.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that makes him more reprehensible than we even, are elucidating at the moment.
It's one of the reasons that a lot of people praised me for the video that I came out with, talking about the Charlie Kirk situation and Disney and all this. And I really didn't think I did a good job. And one of the reasons I didn't think I did a good job is because after I'd made the video, there were so many things that I still needed to say. And one of those was, he didn't issue an apology. He didn't say Charlie Kirk's name. He didn't say Erica Kirk's name. And there were so many things that I should have managed to get to, and I didn't. And so I'm still not pleased with it, because just how bad he has been and how much we need to articulate this.
So let's frame it again in a different way, because as we pointed out, 73%, 74% fall in demographic, right? Just in 4 days, right? He, in fact, I think the number with the 64% drop in overall viewership to 2.3 million on Thursday represented such a terrible fall. He's down to 465,000 in the demo. Do you think by the end of this season, Kimmel is down to below 128,000 in the demo, like he was on the?
I think he'll be down to 70 or 80,000. I think he's going to crash.
He's Joy Reid. Let's just call it what it is.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Vash, here's the deal. We watched Disney apparently load up his studio and haul it out of there. We watched this. We talked about it. Derek Anderson led us through what that building is like and what the backstage is like and all that. And here's the thing, Vash, and you helped us out with that too. They put it back. And Vash, if Hollywood, if the entire being of Hollywood can demand a company do what they want it to do, and they have more power than the affiliates, they have more power than the market. They just have total power. If they can do that, we now know why Disney won't cancel The View. We now know why Disney won't do the things that we sit here and say, this is not good for you, if that's how Hollywood will react.
I fully agree with that assessment right there. I think this was the lowest rated cable late night program that there was. This was lower than Fallon. This was lower than Stephen Colbert. And so you have to wonder if you're bringing something like this back with so much controversy surrounding it. What does that mean for places like The View and others? This is Vash, the video right here.
This is the B-roll of... I love Vash. You're so good at this. Folks, this is them loading up his studio before the Hollyweirds got together and said, no, you won't fire this man. This is them loading up the studio. This is how committed Disney was before Hollywood, before the elite said, we're not going to release a statement about Charlie Kirk. We're not going to come together and say that we're going to, change our ways. But here's what we're going to demand. You're not, we'll blow all of our cachet on stopping you from firing Jimmy Kimmel.
And this also speaks at the issue of free speech as well. I know Jimmy Kimmel, played the victim and so forth and said this was a free speech issue and blame Trump and blame Carr and all these different things. But I think, Disney themselves never said it was a speech issue. The official statement never referred to this as a free speech issue, even though they could have. They did not. I think that was for a reason. And if it was truly a free speech issue, I think you would have seen Disney digging their heels. But Dana Walton and Bob Iger, at least initially, were like, we got to get this guy off the air, and maybe even permanently. Now he's back on. You have to wonder what that was all about.
Well, the free speech thing drives me insane because you have the freedom to say whatever you want. You have the right to say whatever you want. You don't have the right to have a network television show.
Yeah, that's in the Constitution. I remember it somewhere in there about network TV, and you do have a right to a show. Here's the crazy thing, guys, and Jonas, I guess we'll go to you on this one. Disney has Bob Iger, who wanted to run in the Democrat primary, we believe, a couple cycles ago. We've got Dana Walden, who is Kamala Harris's best friend, to the point that she introduced Kamala Harris to her husband.
Poor thing.
And those two people, Bob Iger and Dana Walden, they called Jimmy and said, you got to apologize or you're off the air. Jimmy said, no. And they said, well, you got to go then. And Hollywood, as an entire giant industry, is actually farther to the left than Bob Iger and Kamala Harris's bestie, and said, we don't care if he's not going to apologize. We don't care, Bob. We don't care. You're going to do what we tell you to do. And what we're telling you to do right now is get Jimmy back on the air. Jonas, this is wild. This is wild how far out there this Tinseltown has become.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I wonder if there was, in fact, some kind of directive from some of the talent agencies to get out there and say something about this to put the pressure on, because the agencies are not just third parties that try to coordinate things. The agencies are activists in a lot of cases as well. This is one where I wish that Lou was here, that he could comment on it, because, of course, he's much more familiar than we are on this matter. But Michael Ovitz was president of the Walt Disney Company for a very short period of time. Hollywood agencies are very powerful in Hollywood, and not just because they're not Hollywood's realtor. They're actually the people that get the movies cast and made in many instances here. So, I don't think this is just, I don't view this as taking the temperature. I view this more as them setting the temperature.
And it makes you wonder, Jonas, did the agencies coordinate those 400 celebrities who signed?
Yeah.
Did the agencies coordinate that?
Here's what we're doing today, folks. Yes, that kind of thing.
And maybe Disney knew that there's going to be more of this. And honestly, though, I'll say this as we get ready to wrap this one. It's not nice to see Jimmy Kimmel back, but there's some schadenfreude here that Bob Iger's return to Disney involved all of these protests and all of these walkouts and all this stuff that made much to do about very little in Florida, and they lost billions and billions of dollars in Florida, taking on the parental rights and education stuff. That's how Bob Iger got to be CEO again. That's how they ousted Bob Chapek. So it's nice to see Bob Iger facing the same kind of outbursts and outcries that he used to do his return re-rise inside the House of Mouse. As ever, folks, we endeavor to have a good time here on the Pro Channel, and I have to say that spending time with you, talking about things that truly matter, like the stories that shape our lives and our culture, well, it is the ride of a lifetime to steal from Bob Iger. And that's the only thing we'll steal from Bob, because he has great security around his yacht. Folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment right on down below. Let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear from you. And folks, worry not, for more content is still on the way. 3 or 4 times a day, let's do 4. I think that's better. And you know what? Don't forget that the Pro Show is live Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Eastern. You can also join us for our friends on That Park Place, our partner program. We have a good time there too. Folks, until the next time we get the opportunity to have a good time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as ever, keep having fun.
Jump into the water. Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.